we had seen that 7 divided by 2 can be written as 7 by 2 also. Now if I want to visualize this 7 by 2, let me draw this on a number line. So I have a number line representing integers here. I want to show 7 by 2. That means 7 is being divided into 2 equal parts. So I have this length 7 and I divide it into 2 equal parts. So this is 7 by 2. Now what does 7 by 2 mean? That is length of each equal part. So this is 7 by 2, this is also 7 by 2. Now what is this length actually representing? It's a number which is greater than 3 and less than 4. But there is no such number that exists between 3 and 4 on a number line showing integers. So what do? I can say that 2 is not perfectly dividing 7 or 2 is not evenly dividing 7 because the result cannot be shown on a number line representing integers. Another way to look at 7 by 2 would be saying that how many 2's can actually fit into 7. I see that number of 2's do not evenly fit into 7. If I have 3 2's, I get 6. 4 2's, I get 8. So, number of 2's do not evenly fit into 7 or 2 does not evenly divide 7. So, I see that integers are not closed under division and I could not represent all the possible division of 2 integers by an integer itself. So, okay, 2 does not evenly divide 7. So, now what all are the numbers that actually divide 7 evenly? Let's try to see that. So, I start with 1. 7 divided by 1 gives me 7. So 1 is evenly dividing 7. I have a result which is an integer. Let's say 7 by 2. No. I do not get an integer. What about 7 by 3? Cannot represent this by an integer again. Does not evenly divide. 7 by 4 also does not divide. 7 by 5 also does not. 7 by 6 also does not. 7 by 7 gives me 1. So again this does. So what I see is that only 1 and 7 are actually dividing the number 7. That is, they are evenly dividing the number 7. The result is a whole number again. So what I can say is that any natural number in fact can be divided by two numbers, which is 1 and the number itself. So even if I have any number, let's say 15, that would be divisible by 1 and 15 also. Again 27 would be divisible by 1 and 27 also. So any natural number if I take would be divisible by 1 and the number itself. And this is what I call as factors or divisors. So any number that can evenly divide a number is called as a factor or divisor. So any natural number has two factors or divisors for sure. That is 1 and the number itself. So let's look at this. I know 12 divided by 3 gives me 4. So since 3 is perfectly dividing 12, is evenly dividing 12, I can say that 3 is a factor or divisor of 12. So now is this the only factor or divisor of 12? Let's find the other factors of 12. I know 12 is a natural number. So for sure 1 and the number itself, which is 12. These are the two factors or divisors which I know are sure of the number 12. Also I have seen that 3 divides 12, so 3 is another factor. Again 2 also divides 12, 6 2s are 12, so 2 is also another factor. 4 is also a factor, perfectly divides 12. 6 is again a factor. So I see that these are all the factors of 12. It's not necessary that a number has only 2 factors, it can have more than 2 factors also. So here I see that 12 has all these factors. But what about 7? So 12 has all these factors, 1, 12, 2, 3, 4 and 6. What about 7? We had seen that 7 had only 2 factors, 1 and the number itself. when a number has only two factors, or you can say when a number has exactly two factors, which is 1 and the number itself, then the number is called as a prime number. So any number which is divisible only by 1 and the number itself would be a prime number. So can I say that 9 is a prime number? Well, when would 9 be a prime number? This would be a prime number if it is divisible by only two factors. That is, if it has exactly two factors. I know any number has two factors. So 9 has two factors, 1 and 9, 1 and the number itself. These two factors for sure I know. Now if I can find one more factor, that is one more number that divides 9, then it would not be a prime number because I would have more than two factors. And if I cannot find any such number that divides 9, I would be left with only two factors. Exactly two factors would be a prime number. But I know that 9 divided by 3 is 3. So 3 perfectly divides 9. So there is another factor apart from 1 and 9, which is 3. Since it has more than two factors, does not have exactly two factors, it is not a prime number. So now let us try to find prime numbers from the first 10 numbers. So I have these first 10 numbers listed here. Let us try to find which of these first 10 numbers are actually prime. What about 1? 1 has only one factor. The number 1 and itself, which is also 1. So only one factor. So 1 is not a prime number. 2. Well, 2 has two factors again, 1 and the number 2 itself. Exactly 2, it is a prime. So 1 and 2. What about 3? 3 has only two factors, 1 and 3. So this would be a prime number. 4, 1 and 4 for sure. And 2 also divides 4. There's another number 2 that divides 4. So this is not prime. For 5, only 1 and 5 divide 5. So 5 is a prime. 6, I know 2 divides 3 divides 6. So this cannot be. Why? Because 1 and 6 are already there. For any natural number, 1 and the number itself are already factors. One more number if I find, then it would not be a prime factor. So 7, it is a prime factor. 8, apart from 1 and 8, 4 divides 8, 2 divides 8. Not a prime. 9, I have just seen 3 also divides it, so it is not a prime. Similarly, 2 and 5 also divide 10, so 10 is also not a prime. So what I see is that the prime numbers are only 2, 3, 5, 7. So these are the 4 prime numbers in the first 10 numbers. These are the 4 prime numbers, 2, 3, 5 and 7. So now any number, if it has more than two factors, then it is called as a composite number. What about 1? 1 is not a prime number because it has only one factor. Does it have more than two factors? No, 1 has only one factor. So it is neither prime nor a composite number. So all numbers greater than 1 would be either prime or composite. It will have two factors for sure. If it has more than two factors, it becomes a composite number. So what I see is that 4, 6, 8, 9 and 10 are composite numbers. Leaving 1, the numbers that are not prime are composite. So these are the composite numbers, 4, 6, 8, 9 and 10. Now I can write 4 as 2 into 2. I can write 6 as 2 into 3. Again, 8 can be written as 2 into 4. But further I know that 4 is 2 into 2. So this can be written as 2 into, rather than writing 4, I would write 2 into 2. Again, 9 is 3 into 3. and 10 is 2 into 5. What I see is that each of these composite numbers can be written as a product of prime numbers. So these are all prime numbers. I write a composite number as product of prime numbers. So every composite number can be broken down into prime numbers. So what we've seen is that a prime number has exactly 2 factors. A number that has more than 2 factors would become a composite number, and every composite number can be broken down into a product of prime numbers.